Hi, this is Sherry. I thought I'd do a quick catch-up cancer conversations because I've not been in online for a couple of weeks and I've had lots of people asking me how I am. And as you can see, I am fine. I'm doing really well. I've had my surgery last Wednesday, so just over a week ago. Recovery is getting there. I'm finding it very difficult because I'm very tired all the time, and anybody who knows me well knows that I'm used to being very active and having lots of ideas and getting them all done, and I'm having to slow right down, which is difficult for me. And in fact, I'm so tired all the time that I'm not even getting frustrated with it. So it's kind of, I'm in a kind of funny situation. So emotionally, I've been fine, a little bit flat and a bit energyless. But yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. But so anyway, cancer conversations. I guess one of the things that I figured out as I'm going through this recovery and watching the England football match last night, I was so impressed with Gareth Southgate and his style of leadership and his style of authentic leadership. And authenticity is one of my core values, which I discovered perhaps about 18 months ago. I've written a blog post, I did a video as well about the day that I discovered that authenticity was such a core value for me, and how on earth I hadn't realised that before, I just don't know. But it's what they say, isn't it? You can't see what's on the end of your nose. So for me, authenticity and what Gareth Southgate is doing that I think is so important for any of us when we're dealing with difficult situations, but also positive situations, it's about that being authentic. And when people talk about being authentic, it's not just about being who you are and saying what you think. It's also about being realistic and also being, I believe there's an element of emotional intelligence required for a truly authentic leader, because we could all just say exactly what we think, but it's about how you say that in a way that will be well received by others, and having that sense of awareness of how others may receive what you have to say. And I think that's super, super important. But what I think about Gareth is what he's doing is he's accepting of himself, he's accepting of others as well. So he's accepting of what he can and can't do. He has recognised that his team is a young team. They don't have the same experience as perhaps France or Croatia. But and of course I'm slightly biased because, you know, half of the England goals, I don't know the actual statistics, but half of them have come from Spurs players. And being a big Spurs fan, of course, that's a huge big thing for me, because you know, I love Harry Kane, I love Trippier, and you know, so that's been a big, you know, Dele Alli I think is an amazing person. So I think it's been accepting of others and being accepting of yourself, and in his case as a leader, being accepting of the team that you're working with and the fact that they don't have that same level of experience and impact that perhaps other teams do have. But also he's very thoughtful. I loved the way last night after the match, and you know, the England players went down and were starting to cheer their fans and applaud and clap, obviously, and how some of the lads sat down and Gareth went over to each and every one of them, but in a kind, thoughtful way. Come on, stand up, applaud this team, applaud this crowd, applaud what they have done to support you. That really touched me last night. I thought that was fantastic, and I think it is that being thoughtful that is part of being an authentic leader. I also think it's somebody who is open to learning. We've seen and we've heard, and I've posted on this page, how he's brought in a psychologist, Pippa Ranger, I think her name was. I don't recall her name now. But he's open to learning and open to experiences. He knows what some of these boys have been through when, you know, missing penalties, getting to the group playoffs and all that kind of stuff. He understands that, but he's open to learning. He's open to learning from others. And also, the other thing about authenticity when it comes to leadership is he's not afraid to express his emotions and feelings, and does that openly and freely. And I'm not saying he cries every time something goes wrong or he gets really angry, but he is willing to express his feelings. And I think as an authentic leader, that's really important in leadership, but also really important in life too. I think we could all do with being realistic, accepting who we are, being thoughtful, and being open to learn new things, and using humour perhaps, but using it in a non-hostile way, but being able to express your emotions and feelings openly and freely. And I think these are all things that we could do with in leadership, but also in life, particularly when you are facing a challenging situation such as cancer. However, I am beating this cancer. The surgery went well, and I'm now in recovery. So that's all for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what authenticity means to you and what it means to you in terms of leadership and life. I'd love to hear from you. Do leave me a comment underneath. Thank you.